according to the National Archives, Speaker Mike Johnson led the most unproductive House since at least the 1980s. The 118th Congress passed 209 bills in 2 years. For context, the previous Congress passed more than 350. And since 1989, there has been 17 Congresses, and they've each passed an average of more than 380 laws. Now, experts say you can blame a split partisan control of Congress and the White House for the decline, but others argue a divisive GOP is to blame. We welcome now Republican strategist Ali Bartlett and Democratic strategist Theryn Bond, former candidate for Memphis City Council District 6. Thank you, ladies, both for being here. Ali, I'd like to start with you. As Tom outlined, these are razor-thin margins on the Republican side. If this turns into a protracted situation, what's immediately at stake is the presidential election being certified. And that could potentially delay the big plans that President-elect Trump has for re-entering the White House. So how effective do you see Trump's endorsement of Johnson being?
Yeah, Trump's endorsement of Speaker Johnson says everything that we need to know about him. Speaker Johnson has proven time and time again to have been an effective partner to President Trump, and President Trump's endorsement is reflective of that. He's shown an impressive ability to connect with all Republicans across our party. We absolutely have a spectrum of Republicans in our party, and Speaker Johnson has been the one that has been able to connect with all of them in some shape or form. President Trump's endorsement is very important. He's been the leader of our party since 2016. He continues to be a very strong leader of our party, and so I think it means a lot, and I think it will mean good outcomes for the Speaker election. They talked a bit about Speaker Johnson being a leader of an unproductive Congress. I think our biggest possible mistake would be categorizing success in the number of bills passed. Speaker Johnson successfully undertook initiatives to keep bad legislation from passing. I think it would, like I said, be a massive mistake to categorize success of a Congress by the number of bills passed. In my opinion, we could be looking at it in the opposite sense. Where did we cut red tape? Where did we eliminate bad bills? Where did we eliminate bad government? And Speaker Johnson has proven time and time again that he is that leader, and President Trump's endorsement of him is reflective of that.
Yeah, certainly substance matters in that context. And also spending seems to be the common theme where there's a divide. And I'd like to get back to that. But first, Theryn, this is really a no-brainer for Democrats. They've all indicated they'll be voting for House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. However, all of this does expose some of the rifts within the Republican Party. Do you think this will provide the Democrats with opportunities to use some of this discontent to their advantage?
Well, it's actually Congress's job to pass legislation. That's number one. Number two, I think it's interesting that the party who this entire election cycle and also in previous cycles has promoted unity, the Republicans are now known as a party of discourse. They can't even get their own party and conference together in order to elect a speaker. Now, if people are continuing to move in lockstep with President-elect Trump, then it should be easy and Mike Johnson should be speaker again. However, we've seen members of the Republican Party say this is not the route they want to go. They probably want to be more polarizing because it should be the speaker's job to work with both parties, Democrats and Republicans, and also those who identify as maybe independents and libertarians that exist within the entire Congress. But what these folks who are not interested in voting for Speaker Johnson are indicating is that they want him to go more far right. That's an interesting take. But I think what this does is give Democrats an opportunity to work across the aisle if they truly want Hakeem Jeffries to be speaker. In the past, they've prompted him up to be the potential selection if the votes are there, but they weren't able to get them because they didn't have Republican votes. This is an opportunity for Democrats to have an ounce of power for at least the next 2 years if they are, in fact, able to garner enough votes for Hakeem Jeffries to become speaker. And knowing the infighting that's going on with Republicans, that should be their goal at this moment.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.